We have a really fun show coming up. First of all, that was awesome. If you were just joining us over from Good Day Chicago to see Jake flying.
I was dying, literally dying.
He was flying in the indoor skydiving facility, and that looks like a ton of fun.
Life. Yes, it does.
What a good assignment.
I mean, his mouth was wide open, ajar, if you will, the whole time when he's flying in this thing. It looked like a great time.
Got to wear some pretty cool flight gear, too.
I thought he was scared at first. We had a little text thread going this morning. They were like, Jake's not flying, don't ask him about it. And I said, you're a big chicken.
I think that motivated. They read that text live on air. I don't know if you knew that was going to be disclosed live on air, but I think Jake read it live on air.
Yes, he did. And then I said, I take it back. You did good. But no, that does look like a fun time.
I can't wait to speak with our first guest coming up a little later in the hour. A Chicago man who has cycled hundreds of miles for cancer research. We're going to talk to him about why he keeps pushing through grueling rides. This is close to me. I don't know if you know this. I cycled across America when I was, not for a cause. I should have done it for a cause. This is just a trip with a friend of mine.
Because you wanted a sore butt.
Exactly. It did get sore.
Yeah.
But I know what it's like to do a grueling ride.
Wow.
In the Kansas heat, 95 and humid through Kansas, into the wind.
Who did you do it with?
A friend of mine from high school.
That's so fun.
We biked from Virginia Beach, Virginia, all the way to San Francisco, California.
No freaking
as 23-year-olds.
way.
Yeah. So we're gonna get his story. Yeah, it was a story for another time, Caitlin. It was a wild adventure. We just camped where we could.
No way.
I'll tell you this. Our kind of MO was we'd pull into a small town, we'd go to a church and just say, can we camp on your back lawn? No joke. Not one church across America said no.
And they said you can use our bathroom too.
A lot of them did. They said, oh, we can open up the fellowship hall for you. I'm not kidding.
How long was this trip for you?
70 days, 75 days.
What?
Yes.
Did it change your life?
It was amazing. Yeah.
It's like hiking the Appalachian Trail, but instead you're biking across the country. I remember crossing the Appalachian Trail, and we met a couple thru hikers because we pulled up to the trail to take our break. You know, you got to take breaks on your bike, and we met a couple thru hikers that came through. We traded stories and snacks. It was so fun. It was so fun. We need to do dive deep.
I've got a whole journal. I've got a whole
Did you have a huge backpack on? Did you burn? Did you have enough sunscreen?
Packs on your front and back, and yes, all that stuff. We had packs. And then I had sleeping bags and pots and pans hanging off the bike.
No way.
It was wild.
Did you lose a bunch of weight?
Oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't have, I think I pulled into San Francisco at 139, something like that.
No way.
I'm 5'9", FYI.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I told Theo we're doing it when he's 17.
When he's 17?
Yeah. I'm going to drag him. We're doing it. Father, son, across America.
I am so interested.
I got to get a leave of absence or something to do that. But okay, and then later in the hour, I appreciate your curiosity, Caitlin.
I have so many questions.
We have science with a pop. Who doesn't love bubbles? We're going to do some really wild bubble experiments right here in the studio. And the cool thing is you can do these at home as well.
Yep.
Giant bubbles that almost never pop.
Whoa.
And also bubbles filled with dry ice.
Filled with dry ice?
Filled with dry ice. So I'm wondering if they're going to be cloud bubbles.
Oh.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, but we got some trending topics to get to.
Oh,
do you have your nail here? This is a segue, but let me see your nails.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me see your nails. You got some fancy stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay, so these
that's beautiful. So are those lilacs?
I think so. You know what I do?
Because lilac flowers
I am such a type B person. I literally go there and say, whatever you want, help, use your creativity, go to town. And she does a fabulous job. And this time she picked purple flowers.
I love it. I love it, Caitlin.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about gel polish. So this is another option. So this I think is acrylic. This is how much I know.
Okay.
I think this is acrylic. Gel polish. So when you go get your nails done, Anthony, you can pick regular polish or gel nail polish if you're just going to get them painted.
Regular is acrylic?
Regular is just nail polish that you put on your regular nails that chips off.
Okay.
Super annoying. Gel lasts a little bit longer, maybe 2 weeks. It's a little more expensive, and you put your hands underneath those lights. So I thought that this story was going to be about the lights because they say that can give your hand cancer, skin cancer. But actually, we're talking about an ingredient in the gel nail polishes that, as of yesterday, the European Union banned. Okay, so let's get into this. Anthony suggested I don't try to pronounce this.
Don't do it.
So I'm just going to call it TPO.
TPO.
It's an ingredient called TPO in this nail polish, and it's what gives the gel manicures that ultra glossy finish and fast dry time under UV or LED light. So I'm wondering if it's in the acrylic too, now that we're saying it, because you do put your hands under those lights. But EU regulators ruled it as toxic, linking it to fertility and reproductive health risks.
Yikes.
What?
Because we've been trying to, I mean, by we, I just mean collectively, fertility has been a
issue.
I
Everybody
mean,
I know is having problems.
I don't think, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who's like kind of in our age range who hasn't gone through infertility issues themselves or knows someone very, very close to them that has experienced it as well. And there's just been all kinds of speculation.
Microplastics
exactly.
or whatever. Yeah.
Or processed foods.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Anyways, we could go down that's a
so
whole,
gel polish, this has been popular since the 2000s.
So
have you done gel polish?
Of course, who hasn't?
Okay.
So it's carcinogenic, mutagenic, or toxic to reproduction, which that's the other thing is, you know, you're pregnant, one way to treat yourself, get your nails done. And you wouldn't think, but if you really think about it, your nails are porous. And when they do the gel nail polish, they kind of what is that called?
Your nails are porous?
Of course they are.
I guess that makes sense.
They use like a nail file to get your nails down, and then I could
so
imagine
it might find its way
up
into the bloodstream somehow.
Yeah, okay.
Or onto the skin, and the skin absorbs it, and probably,
Could be. So the EU often moves faster than the US on cosmetic safety. It also banned ingredients like BHA, BHT, and even the so-called yoga mat chemical found in bread. So here in the US, TPO is still unregulated, but some experts say the ban is precautionary since most studies linking TPO to health risks are based on animal data. Nail salon owners argue the deadline came too fast, leaving them scrambling to find TPO-free alternatives. I get it. I mean, because the thing is, you're paying to get your nails done, and if you get just regular nail polish, it just chips right off. I could imagine all nail polish is bad for you if you think about it. It's like makeup, it's all the things. So I guess there's just a risk benefit weight to go on with this.
I wonder if that's going to happen here in the US too.
Yeah, I'm
and if people will hear this
and
avoid doing that.
I doubt it. Because like I said, those lights, we know that they're linked to skin issues, skin cancers. Also, people get infections all the time getting their nails done. If you have a cut, you put your foot in the baths, you could get an infection. You could get an infection from a nail salon if they don't properly clean their tools. Yeah, it's a hazard.
When I was in Thailand, side story, there were places where you put your foot in like a pool. Yeah, have you done that?
No. Did you try it?
No. I was curious about it though.
The fish they bite your feet. Yeah,
they feed on all the.
So you're not a man that goes and gets his nails done.
I want to get a pedicure. I definitely want to get a pedicure because, well, I don't want to go into too much detail, but that's on my list.
Your feet are gross.
They're not, it's not that they're that gross, but like, there's like these vertical lines on them.
Okay.
And I wonder, I've Googled it and it's like, it's perhaps a vitamin deficiency. No, it's like vertical lines on the nail.
Oh.
And I can't get one of them to like grow out properly. I just want to.
It's from that bike ride that you did.
Could be.
Kaplan gets his nails done. You should
that's been on my list. I don't care about these. Yeah. I want the comfort. It's almost like for a comfort too. Like I don't know how to describe it, Caitlin.
I get
Every once in a while, I just get a little pain down there in the toe area. It's just
that sounds like a doctor issue, Anthony.
All right, let's switch gears. Sorry if everyone's eating breakfast right now.
We'll get pictures later.
Yeah, exactly. You were supposed to have a picture. You had a picture of a spider that you teased, the wolf spider. We need to see that.
Yeah.
Next up, Powerball jackpot. Guess what, Caitlin? It's up to $1.3 billion. Have you bought a ticket yet?
Can I just say this to you, by the way? We haven't had our show in a couple of days, so we have a lot to catch up on. So we're just being chatty Cathy's because, Chicago Now, we missed it. Have I bought a ticket? No, but I'm going to send Grady out for sure.
Okay, I think it's time for me to do it too. I've not bought.
Yeah.
But listen to this. Okay. I was so curious about this because $1.3 billion, to me, that's the highest jackpot I can ever remember.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah.
But the longest streak was actually last April, 42 consecutive drawings without a winner. We're at 41. So we're about to be at 41.
Yeah.
So it's 40. So it hasn't hit since May.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. The record is 2 billion. That was back in 2022. This was in California. Can you even imagine?
Can you even imagine? Montana and North Carolina, I guess 2 tickets sold and they each won 2 million. Montana and North Carolina, what beautiful places.
Amazing.
Those lucky ducks.
Amazing states.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I feel like that would be a wild, obviously, it would be a wild ride. Like our question of the day today, our mega poll was, what would you do like immediately if you found out you won this $1 billion?
What was your answer? I didn't hear it. And the mega poll just closed, right? 13. Does it close at 10?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Most people voted for the same thing, but
reaching out for
call an advisor.
Yeah.
That'd be move number 1.
I don't think I'd believe it. I think that'd be my thing.
Me
I'd
too.
be like, there's no way.
My,
No way.
that was my answer too. My answer was like literally first thing would just be to stare at the ticket and then stare at the matching numbers, stare at the ticket,
Yes.
and just do that over and over
Yes.
because I don't think it would really,
Yes.
like I'd triple check, I'd quadruple check, and that would be probably
And
hours.
then, okay, so after that, let your mind go to, it sinks in,
That it is
you
it?
won, and you're
Well,
gonna, and what would you,
Someone
call
named
Maggie?
Q commented, so I'm going to steal his answer. I
Okay.
can't remember what his last name was, but it was Q, was his
Yeah.
first initial. He commented on the mega poll this morning and he said, sign the back, call your mom to tell her, take a picture of the front and back, and then drive to the lotto office.
Call your mom.
Just to let someone know.
You wouldn't call your wife?
Yeah, I'd probably call my wife.
What?
Yeah, so Q's answer, okay, I took that as call a loved one.
Maggie.
Call a trusted loved one.
Maggie.
We can yeah.
Anthony's calling his mom.
Although it'd be kind of fun to surprise your spouse, wouldn't it? Like
Well,
after
of
the
course.
fact.
That would be the best part.
Maybe
Yes.
like once the money's in the bank, like, hey, sweetie, will you log on to our bank account
There's no
for a
way
quick?
you'd be able to wait that long.
Do you think you could? Wouldn't that be fun
Freaking
though?
way. Grady does
Do
stuff-
that.
Yeah, he likes to surprise me and do silly things like that. I could not.
I think that would be so fun to get all your ducks in a row. You have a deposit in your savings or whatever,
Can
and then
you
just
imagine, like,
make
just
the call.
watching them, like,
just
melt?
by the way, a couple months ago, like, or a couple,
No.
imagine how long could
couple
you
months.
last without
0
0
seconds.
seconds?
0 seconds. And I'm not calling my mom. Love you, Mom. I know you're watching.
But Grady's
But I
getting the
gotta
call.
call Grady first.
Okay.
We've
Maggie,
got the
you're getting the
bills.
phone call too. All right, up next. This
I'll call you
is
second, Mom.
unbelievable.
Okay.
Northwestern Medicine has performed a triple organ transplant. Here's the quick backstory. It's another trending topic before we get to our guests today. Jessica Lopez, 32 years old, from Chicago, blinded by childhood cancers, leukemia, and retinoblastoma. Years of chemo saved her life, but she suffered from some long-term health issues. She just got engaged in 2023. This would be a blow. You learn you need, after you get engaged, you need a new heart and a new liver and a new kidney. I mean, there are people who wait on these transplant lists, the organ donor list, the recipient list, for years. They have to go through, what's it called? When your kidney's failing, dialysis.
Oh.
And it's super painful. I heard, just awful. Takes it out of you from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So on February 24th, 2025, Northwestern Medicine performed a rare triple organ transplant. This has only happened 59 other times in recorded history.
Yeah.
And this is the wild part. All 3 organs had to come from the same donor.
What? What? Why?
Yeah.
Oh, it's more complex because
Got
your heart
me.
damage came from chemotherapy, not typical heart disease. My question would be, why? It's almost like, shouldn't we do one at a time so that you can like make sure that each one?
I wonder if they
works?
did it in stages. Yeah.
Let's do number 1 heart first, probably most importantly, right?
Come
But they
from the
did all
same
3.
person. That's interesting. That's a great follow. We don't have the team of doctors. I bet we could get the team of doctors. They're pretty, when they
yeah.
successfully do these things. We've talked to them in the past. If they did them in a staggered way, if they did, what order and why. But she is cancer free now. Jessica says she feels reborn. She's got more energy. Her health is stronger, and she will be tying the knot with her fiance Christian next year in California.
Congrats,
Isn't
Jessica.
that unbelievable?
Heart, liver, and kidney.
We
all
have to
from the
get
same
Jessica
person.
on the show. I
And
wonder
who
where
is the
she's
donor?
from.
I would be curious
She's from
to-
Chicago.
Yeah. I'd be curious to know, like, if she knows the backstory of the donor, like if she's talked to the family, because she.
I would be surprised if Northwestern, in a lot of these situations, they do a little news conference with the donor, with the recipient, with their families, and the team of doctors. Once everything's, it sounds like everything went well, knock on wood. But wouldn't that be fun to hear from the team?
That is.
And just. Yeah. Fascinating more than anything, but what a success story. And again, this is historic because it's only happened like a few dozen other times in medical history.
And I would be curious to know why it had to come from the same person. I understand same blood type, but they all three had to come from the same person, and they put them in all at the same time. That's
we don't know that yet.
Recovery. Oh, we don't?
If they were put in the same time, or if it was staggered, I don't know. We'll figure that out.
It says limit organ downtime and increase chances of success. Multiple surgical teams work simultaneously to limit organ downtime and increase chances of success, because I believe, how long could the organs be out of the body before you have to put them in?
All good questions, Caitlin. That's what we do.
You watch Grey's Anatomy and they run down the street with the
thing,
the cooler of it.
Or like in a helicopter. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of this one.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, though, Jessica. Woo! And Christian, we wish you well. Okay, we're going to go to a quick break right now. But when we come back, a fellow cyclist doing a 225-mile ride. And it's all to raise money for a great cause. We are going to meet Mr. Mike Roach when we come back. Stay with us.
1021, welcome back. So we are joined by Mike Roach. He's the Coast to Coast for Cancer rider here in studio. So later this month, Chicago area man is cycling 225 miles to raise money for a great cause. So Mike Roach is participating in the Bristol-Myers Squibbs Coast to Coast for Cancer ride to raise money for cancer research in support of the V Foundation. This marks his 5th time, participating in Coast to Coast for Cancer, but the first time you're riding through Illinois, your home state.
Correct.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
I'm from Orland Park.
Orland Park,
nice.
Southwest suburbs.
That's right.
Now, the V Foundation, so we know, this is Jimmy V?
This is Jimmy V.
Valvano. Yeah. And tell us about the cause, and then we'll dive into what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. So I'm, along with 108 of my fellow BMS employees, we're participating in the 2025 Coast to Coast for Cancer ride. It actually is going to kick off this Friday in the Pacific Ocean in Cannon Beach, Oregon. Goes over 27 days, 9 different teams. On October 1st, the last team will dip their toes in the Atlantic Ocean in Long Branch, New Jersey. And the goal is to raise over $1 million for the V Foundation in advancing cancer research. This is the 12th year that Bristol-Myers Squibb has participated, raised over $19 million, and it's expanded over the years from the U.S. It's now involved in Latin America, Europe, and Japan as well.
So what ties you to this organization? Obviously, it's close to your heart for you to be able to participate and ride 225 miles.
Absolutely. So my family, like so many of our families, has been directly impacted by cancer. I lost my mother 23 years ago to colon cancer. That was just 1 year after my father-in-law, Pat, had passed from complications of Parkinson's and cancer. Fast forward, my mother-in-law was my last surviving grandparent for my 3 kids. She had 8 grandchildren. She was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer 8.5 years ago. She fought valiantly for 7.5 years. She was able to raise all of her grandkids, even to the point where my nephew was married about 8 months before she passed. In my previous rides, she was always one of my big cheerleaders. She kind of thought I was half crazy, but it meant a lot to her as she was going through treatment for me to do this. And it's just been an incredibly rewarding experience, and the company is so good about sponsoring it and raising all this great money.
And they obviously give you a few days off to do this. So paint a picture for how this is going to unfold. I just saw Cannon Beach, Oregon.
Right.
Okay, so you are on a team with
Correct.
27 others.
I'm on a team with 11 others.
With 11 others.
Our team will do St. Louis to Indianapolis over 3 days, approximately 225 miles over those 3 days.
Okay, so how does the bike or the team get from Cannon Beach to St. Louis? Are there other teams of 11 that are going to be doing
Absolutely.
stages? Okay.
So Bristol-Myers contracts with a coaching company and a logistics company. We get coaching started in March. We've been doing training since March.
Wow.
We've gotten together for team rides twice over the summertime to meet your team, to build some camaraderie. And then we have a logistics company that has the vans and all the support put in place. I'm telling you, it's a fantastic opportunity.
Wow.
You're treated like a king, but most importantly, it's to benefit patients and raise a lot of money for the V Foundation.
So talking about these people who are participating, obviously you have to have a good bike and good gear. So how have you guys done that? Or is the company providing these things for you?
Absolutely. So it is a competitive process because so many of our fellow employees want to participate in this. It's the 12th year.
Yeah.
So you submit your name in the fall and you give your reason why, and then people are selected. You're provided a very nice bike, and you can make a donation to the V Foundation at the end of the ride to keep the bike. You're given coaching, you're given support. It's just a fantastic opportunity. And really, most people haven't ridden a bike in 20 or 30 years.
Oh,
Right.
really?
And they're starting from absolute scratch. And by the end of the training period, you're doing 225 miles.
Woohoo!
And it's a
shape.
really rewarding experience.
That's unbelievable. So is the 225 over the course of 3 days then?
Absolutely.
Okay. So in your training rides, have you pushed up to, because that's averaging 70, 75 miles a day.
Absolutely.
Now, fortunately, your stretch is relatively flat compared to the folks
I'll hold you to that. I'll let you know.
Actually, Missouri, there's some hills, but you're going to be
Absolutely.
on the Illinois side. Actually, they'll creep up on you. Those Missouri hills are not easy.
Absolutely.
However, so what's been your kind of hardest training ride as you lead up to this event?
So we build up every month. We have monthly mileage markers at the end of each month. To give you some idea, this weekend upcoming will be my August monthly mileage marker. 3 days, 50 miles, 70 miles.
Ooh.
So we're not kidding around.
No.
Yeah. If you have advice, I'm sure, do you know the age ranges of people who are participating?
I can tell you that it's anywhere from the mid-20s into the 60s and everywhere in between. Some people are gifted riders. They might be marathon runners. Some people, like I had mentioned, haven't ridden a bike in 30 or 40 years.
So do you find that this has changed your life, getting into this, even just the exercise, the daily routine, the training, the vigor, the mind challenges that you've gone through training to do this?
Absolutely. First and foremost, it benefits patients.
Yeah.
We raise a lot of money in doing so.
Yeah.
But just the camaraderie, you meet people from around the country that you never would have had a chance to interact with within the company, and you build lifelong friends. It's wonderful. And it's really a super rewarding experience. I can't tell you how rewarding it is.
How back to square one did you have to go, or have you had cycling as a hobby through adult life?
No, I did not. I rode as a kid like we all did. A good friend of mine, Mike, who works with the company as well, talked me into it in 2018. And of course, I'm wearing the bike kit that we wear.
Nice.
And you clip in, you're very aware of it.
Yep.
And it's quite a bit to get used to.
Yeah.
And as I'm sure you can imagine, there's a lot of falling down, a lot of humility. The first time you put the bike kit on as maybe a more mature gentleman.
It doesn't fit like it did.
Might be kidded a little bit by your buddies.
That's all right.
But I will say it's a good way to get money from your friends who are making fun of you.
Yeah.
Sure.
One way or another. Can you speak to the V Foundation a little bit? I know you mentioned how they support cancer research. Is there any more details that you can give us about this particular foundation?
Absolutely. So it is, like Anthony had mentioned, from the Jim Valvano, the old North Carolina State basketball coach, and his famous ESPY speech back in 1993. Bristol Myers Squibb has partnered with the V Foundation for a number of years. A very interesting point, and what I stress to the people who are fortunate or good enough to donate to me is 100% of every dollar is used in advancing cancer research. And it's an incredible journey that they've been on. This is just one thing they do to raise money, but they've raised a ton of money over the years. Like I had mentioned, Bristol Myers Squibb, in our 12th year now, exceeding $19 million going directly to the V Foundation to advance cancer research.
Wow.
And 100% of the donations go directly there.
I'm super inspired by the fact that it's not a have-to thing and that it was actually competitive to even be able to do it.
Absolutely.
That speaks a lot about the folks that you work with. Okay, it does. What do you think, because you mentioned, there's an application process. You got to write an essay. You got to kind of demonstrate why you're the right match to be on this exclusive team. What do you feel like it was about your application or your backstory that might have made the difference to get you on the squad?
Well, everybody's a little bit different, but everybody has a unique story. Cancer has impacted all of us. As a matter of fact, of the 11 people on my team, 2 are cancer survivors.
Oh, wow.
So it is amazing. And I've ridden with people in the past who've gone through all different kind of struggles. They may have lost a child, they may have lost a spouse. It's an incredible experience, the stories you hear. Every story is a little bit different, but they're all super inspiring, and people rally to the cause, understanding that this is such an important thing to do to raise more money to get better treatment options for cancer patients.
So we still have a couple more weeks until you ride. Can people still donate? Can they find you online?
I'm glad you asked. If people are interested in learning more about it or donating, hopefully, it's cancerbikeride.org. That's cancerbikeride.org. You can look for my team, which is Outspoken for Patients. But there's 8 other teams.
Outspoken.
You like that?
With
I love it.
an IN. I love that. That's very clever.
And there's 8 other teams that every story is unique. None is better or worse than the other. If you can give a couple of dollars to support advancing cancer research, and the first team will be dipping their toes in the Pacific Ocean, the very cold Pacific Ocean, on Friday morning. And this thing will start.
Nice.
I didn't mention that's kind of a tradition when you do a transcontinental ride. You dip your wheel in the Pacific, you dip your wheel in the Atlantic, and it's amazing photo op. Real quick before we let you go, because we're almost out of time here, Mike. But when you and your teammates ride, will you guys do like a pace line kind of thing and cut the wind for one another? Is that how it works? And do it that way? I didn't know if you...
So we'll have coaches for safety at the front and back. They're on radios. We also have 2 trail vans that are wrapped coast to coast for cancer, trying to get people to donate along the way. Sometimes single file, sometimes we do doubles. It's always about safety, and we ride in some pretty remote areas, and anything's possible from forest fires to storms to construction. So you've got to be flexible. You got to be ready for anything. But like I said, it's an unbelievable experience, and I would encourage not only to give, but to my fellow employees, challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's well worth it.
Are you going to keep biking after this?
I'm worried about this year right now. We'll get through this year. We'll get through this year.
Mike Roach, good luck.
Thank you very much.
I love what you're doing. This is awesome.
Thank you both.
All right. Follow up with us after the ride. I want to hear all about it. Maybe
we'll do. Well, you can get your wallet out anytime you want.
You know what? Outspoken.
Outspoken for patients. Cancerbikeride.org.
The number 4. Mike Roach, thank you so much. Really
thank you
appreciate
both.
it. We're back with more Chicago Now right after this.
Congratulations. To a St. Lawrence man, I hope.
10:34, we are super excited. Walked up to this table and almost grabbed a handful of that. I thought it was regular ice. That is dry ice.
Dry ice.
So don't touch the
Not
ice,
to be touched.
Anthony. All right, so this is what we're doing here. Tomorrow, the Griffin MSI is celebrating its 200 millionth visitor with bubble science. Kids love bubbles. I literally walked up to these ladies. I said, my kids would adore this. They want to do science experiments every day in bubbles. Okay, so we wanted to bring you a little preview here inside the ChicagoNOW studio of what's going to be happening. So joining us is Amy Novak, Griffin MSI Education Coordinator, and Tana, how do you pronounce your last name?
Winnicky.
She's an education coordinator as well. So we'll get into the event for tomorrow ahead, but we got to get into this first. What are we looking at? What are we doing?
Well, we love to play with bubbles too.
We do.
It's not just
It doesn't get old, does it?
It doesn't get old. It really doesn't get old.
Yes.
And honestly, doing this reminded us because we were playing for a really long time, probably longer than we should have spent
We
on
had
this.
childlike wonder,
Yes.
No problem
Which
with
is
that.
probably a good prereq to work at Griffin MSI, right? You have that childlike wonder.
So one of the ways that we can make our bubbles last a little longer, we actually can do some really fun games with them, is by making them, we're going to mix a couple extra ingredients to make them a little bit stronger so that they last a little longer.
Love that.
So
And can this part be done at home? I know the
Absolutely.
dry ice. Okay.
Yes,
Absolutely.
this is our at-home experiment, and you can do it with stuff you pretty much have. So we have some corn syrup and some glycerin that we're going to use too. This glycerin you can get like at You Google it to find out where you can get it, like a
grocery store.
Yeah,
What is
grocery store.
glycerin? What is that?
Glycerin is used for, they put it in soap
okay.
to be
Like
like a
a
softening
softening.
agent.
Oh, got it.
And in this case, it's going to make the bubble film a little bit thicker, and it's also going to just slow the evaporation so that the bubbles can stay bubbles for longer.
Love that.
But if you don't have this, and it's not very expensive, and you can find it at a lot of stores if you just Google where locally near you has it.
Sure.
Or you can use corn syrup, and even if you don't have corn syrup, you can just dissolve a little bit of sugar into water. Like warm your water, or just keep stirring it until it dissolves.
Love it.
So we're gonna make a batch right now.
Are you ready
do it.
to make a batch?
Let's do it.
Question, is this
course.
similar to, you know when you go to like festivals, outdoor festivals, and the kids have the sticks with the rope and you
And
dip
the
it
big
in and you,
ones?
yes.
I mean, I don't know that proprietary recipe. This is ours.
But similar idea?
Similar
Yeah.
idea.
Okay,
So we're
got
just
it.
strengthening the bubble. We're making it evaporate not as quickly because it's a bummer. You know, you have kids, right?
Yeah.
They blow
Got
it,
kids.
then it's over, or they're wearing it.
Oh,
We're
the
just
longer
trying
the
to-
better.
Exactly.
Yes.
So these aren't unpoppable, but they
Yeah.
will last
If you
longer.
They're more
want to
durable.
find the recipe, you can look up unpoppable bubbles, but I just think it's setting yourself up for a little bit of disappointment when you blow one and it pops. You're like, wait,
Wait, this is supposed
I
to
did
be
something
unpoppable.
wrong.
Yeah.
So
So
don't
we
tell
just-
your kids it's
We
unpoppable.
just call them super strong bubbles.
So this right here, is this straight water right now?
Yeah, this is
Okay,
distilled
water.
water.
And this is
I
about a
used
distilled water.
Even
Okay.
though we have done plain tap and it works just fine.
So you want to pour that in our beaker?
Okay.
Well, yes.
So we have 8 ounces.
Right
We have
back
a
to
cup
chemistry
of water.
class with
right?
Caitlin and Cody.
This
8
is
ounces.
chemistry. This
Measure
is
from the
at-home
bottom of the
chemistry.
meniscus. Measure from the bottom of the meniscus.
What did you just say? Meniscus?
Okay, we're
Isn't that a
gonna
body
do
part? All right.
1 tablespoon of the soap, and you can just dump this in and start stirring.
Andrew, this is
Okay,
your turn.
This is my
Try
turn.
not
Yeah.
to make a bunch of foam.
Okay.
All right, so we got some
okay.
Dawn soap and a little bit of
You
water.
can stir it up with that thing.
It can be
Okay.
any soap.
But don't make foam.
Oh,
don't make it foam.
dish
So kind of more
soap. Yeah.
gently.
Yeah, you're not. We don't want to shake or stir really fast.
Yeah.
Doing great.
All
Doing
in the
great.
wri-
'Cause it's
Guys,
blue.
it's all in the wrist. Okay, you see that?
in the meniscus.
Then we're gonna do half as
There we
much
go.
glycerin. I'm just gonna, for the sake of ease, I'm just gonna fill this up just halfway.
Okay, half of a
Pop that in there.
tablespoon here.
And
There
then
goes
we're
the
just gonna
glycerin.
do a tiny bit of corn syrup too, because we've messed around with tons of these recipes, and you can too, whatever
Sure.
you want. We like both of them.
Love it. And it's all non-toxic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that
You definitely
It is a
don't
little
wanna-
messy.
that corn
though.
syrup is very
It's a little
thick.
messy.
It's a thickening agent.
Yes.
It sure
Exactly.
is. That's what's going to make our
Okay,
bubble.
do I want
stirring,
to
yep.
stir it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, this mixture does work better. We've tested it. It said it online, but it does work better if you let it sit for a few hours or even overnight.
Oh, okay.
You can still play with it, and we'll play with this. We'll try this.
But this has
one
been
too.
sitting.
But this has
okay.
been sitting.
Okay.
I actually think we're gonna do this one.
Is that like a storage? You can save it for later?
Yes.
You could, yeah.
If you
I
use
love that.
if you want to
Bring it
save it
home
for
to
a
the
really
kids.
long
Right.
time, don't use the corn syrup because
If you-
that's the only thing that
it's
has the
moldy.
potential to
Ew.
mold.
Yeah,
Okay,
gross.
got it.
But you can use
But you can do the glycerin, in the water, and the
Mhm.
soap. Got it. Okay.
So I'm just you guys get a
Easy.
glove on
just one.
and
Do we
Michael
need
Jackson
these?
You could
style.
Michael Jackson it.
You can do. You can put.
You
both
can
of
put
those.
both on.
I'm just gonna blow some bubbles, and by the way, you can use a bubble wand. You can use a straw. I'm gonna try all these different straws in this bubble wand.
Fun.
You can even make your own bubble wand with some pipe cleaner just by twisting it into whatever shape
wow.
Yes.
you want, and then dip the whole thing in and just kind of blow.
Is this just to make, like, do the kids need gloves?
Well,
Yes.
you're gonna find out that the gloves are gonna help us handle the bubbles.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here.
So maybe
I'll show
like-
you.
let's just-
Let's
yeah.
do an experiment.
So
what do you
I'm
think is
just
going to
gonna-
happen when I catch it on me?
Glove-
Gloveless
this little
versus
straw.
gloved.
Yeah.
It'll pop faster.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, stays
Look at
on
that.
me.
That thing's durable. I can already tell.
Oh.
So I caught it.
Okay.
But it
did
If
pop.
I put the glove on,
Now let me
Okay.
try. I'll
So
try
little
use the
winter
bubble
gloves
wand.
might work.
so our
for this,
skin, even
you
though
know?
it's the summertime, even though we're nice and moisturized, is very rough.
Oh wow.
So when
that
I
does
put
make
this
a big
glove
difference.
on, I have
Wait.
this soft surface. Here, catch.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Pass it around.
This
What
is the most
happening?
durable.
Why is this so
Amy, hit us with
exciting?
another one.
I
Oh,
can't.
sorry.
Look at that.
Because science is amazing.
It's
That's
the
why. Here
Energizer
you go.
Bunny. It keeps going and going and going, guys.
So you do not need, I mean, we
Stop.
don't want to talk about how winter is coming, right? But
Okay, watch
Why
this.
do I want to touch it? I feel like
You
it's
do.
a ball.
Try it.
Let's see if this. Sorry, I popped.
You should do a time-lapse video. Like, how long will this one last?
That is
Actually,
something
that's
you
a
could
good
do at
science
home.
experiment.
Yes.
Just if you want to make a couple different variations and then test which one will stay the longest.
Entertain your kids for hours. Just be like, just watch the bubble until it
That
pops.
is
You know?
Right?
amazing. And this is done through the same recipe we just did.
Yes, absolutely.
My
and
baby would be eating these bubbles.
Without
I
the
can try
glycerin.
this one.
That's
Let's
okay.
see if this one works as well.
Look at
Let me try
this,
this
you
one.
guys.
Yeah, that's the Anthony
Try these little
Ponce
baby
mix.
bubbles.
Let's
Hey,
see.
I have a question.
See, that's the one we just did.
Wow,
Have you guys
and it's
tried
still
food coloring
they're
on these?
hey, these are serviceable.
Okay,
I'm
We
not
have
saying
not
they're-
tried food coloring,
But
but
I have tried food coloring on bubbles before, and in general, they just don't show the color very well.
Got it. So they're
Caitlin,
kind
this
of-
is our
liquid
batch
will
right
be
here, and
colored,
they're
but
holding
when you
up.
blow the bubble,
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
Oh, that's our batch.
This is our batch, and it's holding up.
You guys.
you could put
What
a sock
fun.
on
Let
your
me try the
hand.
boba
You could
straw
use an
bubble.
old
Oh, I love
winter
that idea.
glove. You do not need
Yeah.
these. Just look nicer for right now.
Right, sure. Uh-huh.
Okay, the really big ones we have. Ooh,
I gave that a swat.
Suggestion for the
I gave
big
that one a proper swat. I'm not.
It's okay. We were overexcited.
Yeah.
So big straws work better then
no, not necessarily.
to get a bigger bubble?
This
Or
one's
no?
not working
No.
at all.
That's ours. That's on. I'll take.
It's okay. No,
that's
you blew a good one.
operator
Can I try
error
to
on
do
my
it?
part.
Absolutely. Here, these are clean
Yeah,
straws.
here, I'm
Okay.
going to these. We'll move these. These are Amy's straws.
Should I do it in this one that
Try
you guys
it.
made?
Try it.
Okay.
I'm
But
gonna
see how
try
these are
this
sitting
with
on the
this one.
surface?
Yeah.
See if we can do it.
There you go.
Uh
Here,
oh.
these are yours.
Okay,
Look,
then I'm gonna-
Tana's bouncing the ones you just made.
Can you juggle
Oh,
them?
very good.
Oh, look at how big that one's
Okay.
getting. Very good.
Oh.
See if we can catch that one.
Okay, here we go.
Can you get
This
it
is
off
a nice
of your
big
straw?
one.
or
Okay,
no?
now give it just a little wave.
Oh wow, Caitlin. Wow.
Oh, yes!
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault.
That was his
very
fault. That was
good.
good.
Well, hey,
You're
thanks,
natural.
guys.
There's a little finesse in blowing the bubbles. You have to be a little
Very
gentle.
slow.
Yeah.
But this is at-home science. You know, you could have
I
added a
love this.
tablespoon of sugar. You
And
can do this right in
honestly,
your own home.
We could probably do this for a couple of hours and not
We
get bored.
did at the
So-
office.
And you guys buy like, if you look online, you buy these like bubble packages and you get like this big thing with these sort of deals.
Yeah.
How fun would it be to just whip up a big pot of this, put it in the driveway,
Yep.
have all the kids out there making these giant bubbles.
Yeah, and now you're the coolest household.
Add water
And
and
I'm
stir.
wondering if that
You're
rope
done.
thing that I was telling you guys about would work.
It would.
Like you just 2 sticks, put a rope between in a
Yep.
circle.
Old jump rope, piece of yarn. We
A
did that
hula hoop?
with campers over the summer. We
That'd
had
be
them
quite
make
the
their
bubble.
own giant
Right?
bubble ones.
Put your buddy in a bubble with the hula hoop.
Yep.
No way.
That is something we will be doing at the 200 millionth
Visitor.
visitor
200
activation
million.
tomorrow.
Got it.
Is put
Tell
your-
us about
put your
this
buddy in a bubble.
activation.
So we're
What is happening
We are
here?
very excited to be welcoming our 200 millionth visitor. We don't know who it's going to be.
Tomorrow sometime.
That lucky person will receive a lifetime membership to the
Whoa.
Griffin Museum of Science and Industry. And in celebration, we're going to go back to this childlike wonder and celebrate with bubbles.
And we're
That
going to
is
see
so
how many
cool.
bubbles we can fill the front of the museum as long as the weather holds up. Maybe inside the museum if it doesn't, just fill the yard with bubbles.
What time is this all happening tomorrow?
It begins
Ish.
at 10.
But you don't know when the 200 millionth
don't.
are gonna.
We're not sure, what time.
Could be you.
Yeah,
Could
go
be
ahead.
you.
Just stand in line and wait.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Is this a more
Yeah, do we
extreme
get to?
science
This
experiment?
is.
Okay.
So this was at-home science. This is not.
Can I
Kids.
touch the ice with the glove?
You cannot.
Not
Got it.
those bubs. You would
Okay.
need something much thicker. We have some.
So do you all know what temperature dry ice lives at? Why I'm telling you not to touch it with
Someone
your gloves?
call Mike Kaplan. He probably does.
No, I did not.
what temperature is
0
regular
degrees?
ice at?
32.
Okay.
Sub 32.
This is very, very cold. Take a guess.
Okay. 0.
No.
300
Celsius.
degrees below zero.
No. That's extreme.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a little-
50 below.
I always go the
It is
extreme.
20
negative
below.
109 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
Fahrenheit. Yes.
So it is
It'll burn
incredibly
you.
cold. It
It
will burn
will-
the
it will.
same
It'll
way.
burn your skin.
Yeah, the same way fire would.
Yeah.
Which is why we wear special gloves
Yes.
that
Those are
insulate
like
it.
oven mitts, right?
We're not actually going to be touching the dry ice, but we
Okay.
are
I'm gonna
going
come
to
over
be
here.
Let me get out of your way.
utilizing
Yes,
its
yes.
other special scientific property. So we have regular water ice, right? What happens when it goes from solid ice in your cup? Then what happens?
Melts.
It melts. It goes to a
Yeah.
liquid.
Yeah.
Dry ice skips that liquid stage.
Goes
that's
straight to a
called-
gas.
Straight to a gas. That's
Okay.
called sublimation. So we can speed up that process.
Oh boy.
This is hot water.
Okay.
Over our dry ice.
Oh,
You
boy.
never want to put sublimating dry ice in something that doesn't have an
Would
outlet.
this explode?
No.
No. It
This-
has a tube that's.
This is carbon dioxide,
Oh, okay. We got
which
it.
is now, you can see coming out of here.
flamethrower.
This is no longer dangerous.
Oh, okay.
You can touch
It
this
is.
gas now. It's very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still
Actually,
feel a
it's
little
spitting
cooling.
little pieces out because
cool.
it's nuggets,
Been-
but that's okay. We're gonna show you. Here,
We're going to
let's
use
turn
this
on.
same mixture that you all made,
Okay.
Okay.
and we're going
gonna-
to dip. If you want a glove again, it might be fun.
Oh, here.
Oh, yeah.
I still got
Yeah.
my glove.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it coming out anymore? Did we get?
Give it a little shake.
You know, science is about testing, experimentation.
Trial and error is always
Trial and
involved,
error.
right?
Oh.
What do we need to do? you.
Is this another way to make a bubble?
Yeah,
Should we add
we're
more
gonna
hot
make
water?
little dry ice bubbles.
No, I guess we can't take the top off now, can we?
In a perfect world.
Yeah, in a perfect world, these
It's
are
okay.
making
That's
little.
all right.
We have dry
Let me
ice.
see.
Bubbles.
Let's add- I'm gonna try to add a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
let's hit it with some.
This has been sitting here for a few minutes, so
Oh.
it might be.
Does it need to
gonna
be the
need a
hot
little
water on the?
That just makes it more dramatic.
You
It
just
speeds
when,
it
when I
up.
pour this in, you put it on.
I got
and
you.
stick it in.
You got
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
There we go.
Oh, now that's humming.
Woohoo!
That's humming.
Oh, did you see that bubble?
Let's see.
Look at
it came
it.
out.
Even
Okay,
just
coming
the-
out.
The
Well-
smoky appearance is cool, you guys.
It's like magic, but it's better because it's science.
Oh, it's almost.
Did it work?
It is not working.
Maybe this one?
That's sad.
It is
That one
not
needs to-
working.
You know what? It's okay. That's all right.
This happens.
Our
We're
bubbles
gonna
might be
give-
too strong.
Might want to go to
something
the
else to
Ponce
go real
Cody
quick.
mix and
Look at
see if
that.
that.
What Amy is going to, pivot us to
Wow.
You can do
is
that for
making
Halloween.
a lot of people do use this for Halloween because
Yes.
it's kind of a
Yes.
spectacle.
So if it was working
Wow.
properly, when we blow it up, you'd see the dry ice, the
In
gas
the-
vapor,
And then it
in
would
the
pop
bubble,
as
and then it would
vapor.
pop. But it's being
Oh.
finicky because we're on
It's a
TV.
little overexcited,
Okay. Well,
you know?
that's the nature of live television.
Exactly.
As soon as the segment is
Someone's
over and we go to
watching.
break.
Then it'll work. Yeah.
You know what? We still have 15
bit
minutes
of
left in the show. So when we go to break,
We'll be playing with the dry ice.
exactly,
That's
and then
accurate.
Caitlin and I will be over there on set. All right, one more time for folks who want to maybe get involved in this on their own. What info do you want to send out there to the public if they want to either see this tomorrow, or maybe do some of these, find out more about how to do these at-home
Of
experiences?
course, we always encourage you to do science at home. Our entire life is science. It just depends on how you look at it. Of course, come visit us at the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry. We're a very hands-on museum, because the best learning happens from your own experience, your own wanting to figure something out and doing it yourself. And then if you are an educator, if you are a grown-up, we have all sorts of resources for classroom learning labs, STEAM clubs that we teach, professional learning. We have basically every offering you could want to inspire the inventive genius in everyone, which is our catchphrase, but it's true. It's true.
Could you point out a couple, if people have never been, like the most popular displays that you have right now?
It was the coal mine. When I was a kid, it was the coal mine.
Coal mine is still
coal mine
is
is
our
really
oldest
fun.
exhibit. People
Oldest.
love science storms. We have a lot of severe weather in
Yes.
Chicago,
Science
so
storms is very popular.
step inside a tornado.
I think that
and
one is my favorite.
Yes.
It's so big.
I still feel like a kid whenever I go to the U-505, the submarine, because it opened when I was a child, and I
Right.
remember coming on a
The
field trip.
exhibit now, how it's in its own
Yes.
wing now. It used to be sitting outside.
Correct. But then they had to dig a big hole, plop it in,
is
and build it
absolutely
over.
spectacular.
Yes.
All right, Amy and Tana, thank you guys so much
we're
for
gonna
coming
keep working
in.
on this.
They're going to work on the dry ice version. Caitlin and I are going to head back over to the set, and we'll be back with one more segment of Chicago Now right after this. So stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, 10:51 on your Tuesday morning. Stalking and harassment of athletes. This is a topic that has been making national headlines of late, with the Chicago Sky actually recently becoming the first WNBA team to partner with an organization called Moonshot to combat online abuse that is aimed at players and coaches. And this is a problem that doesn't seem to be getting better, because every week I feel, especially with the WNBA, it's been disappointing to see some of the fan behavior of late. It's an issue that is growing in both scope and seriousness, especially in the age of social media where things go viral, right? So this morning, we are joined by Dr. Anna Belmonte, who is chair of the Forensic Psychology Department at the Chicago School. Dr. Belmonte, welcome to Chicago Now. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let me start off by asking you, Dr. Belmonte, what is your reaction to what we've seen of late on social media with regard to the WNBA? Does any of it surprise you, or is this par for the course, America in 2025?
Yes and no. Unfortunately, a lot of it is par for the course in the social media age, but it doesn't mean that that's not very disappointing and sad to see, and nobody should be experiencing anything related to stalking, like the behavior that these players are experiencing.
Do you think that it's gotten worse with time, or is it just more widespread? We're getting the message more often now compared to in the past.
I think that stalking in general is a act that has been in existence for many, many years. I think we're hearing a lot more of it because of the rise of social media, the prevalence of athletes. I think in the WNBA specifically, women's sports has gotten such a great new presence in the past few years. And so we're seeing so much more of it on our news, media, social media feeds. And again, that's just the day and age we now live in with immediate access to people through our phones and computers.
Is there anything that you can tell us, as non-psychologists, kind of layperson's terms, what condition or mental illness tends to be consistent in people who exhibit this kind of stalking behavior?
Yeah, great question. So in general, people who have a mental illness, especially serious mental illnesses, tend to be the victims of violent crimes versus the perpetrators. However, in the very small group of celebrity stalkers, those people do tend to have mental illnesses, things from delusional beliefs, something called erotomania, where somebody believes that the person that they are infatuated with loves them in return. And so in this specific subset of individuals with stalking behaviors, they do exhibit some signs of mental illness.
So sorry, your answer kind of confused me a little bit. So the stalker person has the signs of mental illness. Did you say that the person who is being stalked also? Or maybe I just misunderstood you.
No, in general, people who have mental illness tend to be the victims, and so I always want to make that clear. But in this very small subset of people, the perpetrators do have a mental illness. Research has found most often. In the general scheme of things and violence in America, people who have a mental illness are more likely to be a victim versus a perpetrator in general.
But not for this specific subset.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. And what resources are available for folks that are being victimized here to kind of regain a sense of safety?
Sure. First of all, reporting, obviously, the issue to law enforcement for investigation. But mental health services such as therapy and counseling support groups are always great. I think people who have been the victim of stalking, they may exhibit symptoms like hypervigilance or avoidant behaviors, things that are very similar to post-traumatic stress disorder. And all of those symptoms are things that a counselor or a therapist, psychologist would be able to help with.
Is there any suggestion that you have for people who maybe want to avoid being stalked? Is there a way to make you less of a target to these people?
Absolutely. I think in the general public, most times stalking is in the context of intimate partner violence. But on these celebrity cases, there's a lot of things that people or like the teams can do to try to diminish their presence on the internet. For example, I see a lot of times sports teams are maybe filming the entrance into the building that for a game, for example. Yep. Those sorts of things help perpetrators understand the person's schedule, know where they're going to be at a certain time. It maybe shows them behind the scenes things that they might not have normally been aware of, such as like, how do you enter a building, or how do the players enter the building? And so watching, being careful of what's being posted and when it's being posted, I think is the biggest piece that can reduce some of these experiences.
You mentioned, teams taking corrective action and maybe choosing a specific location if they want to keep with that content that is so nondescript that no one would be able to draw any kind of location or timing conclusions from that particular footage. The Chicago Sky is partnering with Moonshot. This is, to my knowledge, the first WNBA team to actually make this formal partnership. Do you think that we're going to see more teams and organizations adopt similar policies?
I hope so. I think there's a large body of research out there that can help people understand how stalking happens, and companies like that may be able to help the team build that knowledge and enact those safeguards as we just mentioned.
If someone feels like they are being stalked or they've got concerns, what should they do? Do they go to the police? Do they make a police report? Do they talk to, family or friends? Or what would you recommend?
I think all of the above. Documentation is a huge piece. And if somebody is getting threatening text messages, or some of the celebrities are probably seeing posts on social media about them, those things should be documented, because stalking hinges on, stalking cases hinges on that documentation, that longevity of the behavior. And so any of that documentation would be essential for law enforcement officers to have in order to either determine who the individual is, or end up finding who they are and where they are to apprehend them.
It's such a big problem. Dr. Anna Belmonte with the Chicago School, thank you so much for your time and insight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear, because we've seen this unfold. I mean, in our business too.
I know, and that's so spooky.
It's so frightening, but I'm glad to know there are people like Dr. Belmonte and organizations like Moonshot that are actually being proactive against this problem, because it's a major one. All right, that's going to do it for me and Caitlin here during our 10 o'clock hour. Tia and Gabriella are up next with another hour of Chicago Now, so stay with us.